Right, listen up, petrolheads. Today we're not talking about cars. We're talking about something much bigger, much louder, and with a whole lot more firepower. Buckle up, because we're diving into the world of the Tupolev Tu-160, also known as the White Swan. This isn't your average plane spotter's dream. It's a supersonic variable sweep wing-heavy bomber. It's a beast of a machine, and just one look tells you this thing means business. Now, when you think of bombers, you might picture lumbering giants from World War II, all rivets and propellers. The Tu-160 throws that image out the window. This thing is sleek, it's sexy, with its swept-back wings and white paint job, it's earned its nickname. But don't let the graceful looks fool you. This bird packs some serious punch. It's the largest and heaviest supersonic military aircraft ever built. That's right, it can go faster than the speed of sound. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of its performance later, but trust me, this thing can move. But speed is just one part of the equation. The real story of the White Swan lies in what it can carry. And believe me, it can carry a lot. We're talking about enough firepower to make even the most hardened general weak at the knees. So if you're ready to learn about one of the most formidable military aircraft ever built, stick around. Let's talk weaponry, shall we? Because this is where the Tu-160 really spreads its wings, so to speak. Imagine a massive bomb bay, big enough to fit a small car. Now, fill that space with some of the most powerful weapons known to man. That's what we're dealing with here. First up, we have the big boys, the Kh-55MS missiles. These are long-range cruise missiles, capable of hitting targets over 2,000 kilometers away. That's like flying from London to Moscow and dropping your payload before tea time. And these aren't just any missiles, they can be fitted with conventional or nuclear warheads. Yes, you heard that right, nuclear, but wait, there's more. The Tu-160 can also carry a variety of guided bombs, including the KB-1500. This bad boy weighs in at 1,500 kilograms. That's heavier than a Mini Cooper. It's designed to take out hardened targets like bunkers and command centers. Imagine the kind of bang that makes. And if that wasn't enough, the White Swan can also be loaded up with short-range missiles for self-defense. It's like having a shotgun in your holster just in case things get a little too close for comfort. So, there you have it. The Tu-160 is a veritable flying arsenal, capable of delivering a devastating punch to targets near and far. It's the kind of firepower that makes you glad you're on the right side of the cockpit door. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? The big one. The one that makes everyone nervous. We're talking about the Tu-160's nuclear capability. Because this bird isn't just about conventional firepower, it's a key part of Russia's strategic nuclear deterrent. Remember those Kh-55MS missiles we talked about? Well, some of them can be fitted with nuclear warheads. These aren't your dad's atom bombs either. We're talking about thermonuclear weapons with yields that would make Hiroshima and Nagasaki look like firecracker displays. Now, I'm not here to scare you, but it's important to understand the sheer destructive power that the Tu-160 possesses. It's a reminder that we live in a world where such weapons exist, and it's a sobering thought. But the nuclear payload is also a deterrent. It's a way of saying, don't even think about it, to anyone who might consider threatening Russia or its allies. The Tu-160, with its nuclear capability, is a symbol of power. It's a reminder that in the game of global chess, Russia holds some very powerful pieces. Okay, enough about bombs for a minute. Let's talk about something a bit more pleasant. The Tu-160's range. Because this bird wasn't built for short hops to the shops, it was designed to cover some serious ground. With a full load of fuel, the White Swan can fly for over 12,000 kilometers without refueling. That's like flying from London to Los Angeles and back again, with enough fuel left over for a quick spin around the Eiffel Tower. This incredible range is thanks to its massive fuel tanks and its fuel-efficient engines. But it's not just about how far it can fly, it's about what that range means strategically. The Tu-160's range allows it to strike targets far beyond Russia's borders, giving it a global reach. It can patrol vast areas, keeping a watchful eye on potential threats. And in the event of a conflict, it can deliver its payload to virtually any point on the planet. The Tu-160's range is a testament to the ingenuity of its designers and the skill of its pilots. It's a remarkable feat of engineering and a key part of what makes this aircraft so formidable. Section 5. Supersonic Swan Speed and Agility. Now let's talk speed, because this White Swan doesn't just fly, it positively hurtles through the air. Remember those swept-back wings we talked about earlier? They're not just for show, you know. They're designed to reduce drag and allow the Tu-160 to achieve supersonic speeds. We're talking over Mach 2 here, folks. That's twice the speed of sound. To put that in perspective, a commercial airliner cruises at around Mach 0.8. The Tu-160 could overtake one of those while it's still taxiing on the runway. But here's the thing, the Tu-160 isn't just about raw speed, it's also surprisingly agile for a plane of its size. It can perform maneuvers that would make a fighter jet pilot sweat, thanks to its advanced fly-by-wire control system. This combination of speed and agility is what makes the Tu-160 such a difficult target for enemy defenses. It can outrun or outmaneuver most threats, ensuring that it can deliver its payload and return home safely. It's like a graceful dancer that can also pack a serious punch. A deadly combination, wouldn't you say? Section 6, Made in Russia, a history of the Tu-160. So, where did this magnificent beast of an aircraft come from? Well, you might have guessed it from the name, Russia. The Tu-160 is a product of the Tupolev Design Bureau, one of the oldest and most respected aviation companies in the world. They've been building planes since before World War II, and the Tu-160 is arguably their crowning achievement. Designed in the 1970s, the Tu-160 was the Soviet Union's answer to the American B-1 bomber. Both aircraft were designed to penetrate enemy airspace at high speeds and deliver devastating payloads, but the Tu-160 took things to a whole new level. It was larger, faster, and could carry a heavier payload than its American counterpart. It was a symbol of Soviet technological prowess, a way of showing the world that they were a force to be reckoned with. The first Tu-160S entered service with the Soviet Air Force in the mid-1980s, and they continue to serve with the Russian aerospace forces today. It's a testament to the quality of Soviet engineering that these aircraft are still flying strong after all these years. And they're not just museum pieces either. The Tu-160 has undergone a series of upgrades over the years, keeping it at the cutting edge of military aviation. Section 7. Cold War Legacy. How the Swan changed the game. Now let's take a step back in time, shall we? Back to the Cold War, a time of geopolitical tension and the constant threat of nuclear annihilation. The Tu-160 was born into this world, and it played a crucial role in shaping the balance of power. You see, the Tu-160's arrival sent shockwaves through the West. It was a potent symbol of Soviet military might, a stark reminder that the Cold War was far from over. NATO strategists scrambled to counter the threat posed by this new breed of supersonic bomber, pouring resources into developing new defenses and tactics. The Tu-160 became a pawn in the global chess game, a symbol of deterrence and a constant reminder of the stakes involved. Thankfully, the Cold War never went hot, and the Tu-160 never had to unleash its full fury, but its very existence had a profound impact on the geopolitical landscape. The White Swan forced the West to confront the reality of Soviet military capabilities, leading to a renewed focus on defense spending and technological innovation. It was a game changer, a stark reminder that the Cold War was far from a bloodless conflict. Section 8, Price Tag. How much does a Swan cost? Now for the question on everyone's minds, how much does one of these bad boys cost? Well, as you can imagine, building a supersonic bomber with intercontinental range and the ability to carry nuclear weapons doesn't come cheap. The exact cost of a Tu-160 is a closely guarded secret, but estimates put it at around $300 million per aircraft. That's more than most countries spend on their entire air force. To put that in perspective, that's about the same price as a brand new super yacht, or a small island in the Caribbean. Of course, the price tag doesn't stop there. You've got to factor in the cost of maintenance, training, and upgrades. These birds are gas guzzlers, and their complex systems require constant attention from skilled technicians. But for a country like Russia, the cost is a small price to pay for the strategic advantages that the Tu-160 provides. It's an investment in national security, a way of ensuring that Russia remains a major player on the world stage. Section 9. The future of the White Swan. So, what does the future hold for the Tu-160? Well, despite its age, the White Swan is far from being retired to the hangar. In fact, Russia has been busy modernizing its fleet of Tu-160S, upgrading them with new engines, avionics, and weapon systems. These upgraded bombers, known as the Tu-160M, are expected to remain in service for decades to come. They'll continue to serve as a key part of Russia's strategic nuclear deterrent, as well as a potent symbol of its military might. But the story doesn't end there. Russia is also developing a brand new strategic bomber, the PKDA, which is intended to eventually replace the Tu-160. The PKDA is shrouded in secrecy, but it's rumored to be even stealthier, faster, and more capable than its predecessor. So the future of the White Swan is secure. It will continue to grace the skies for many years to come, a testament to the enduring legacy of Russian engineering and a symbol of its unwavering military power.